Chuck Norris, the early years. Chuck Norris, undefeated in Mario Kart. Fact, Chuck Norris once played rock, paper, scissors in front of a mirror and won. A king cobra bit Chuck Norris. After 5 days of agonizing pain, the cobra died. John Wick looks under his bed for Chuck Norris. This shark made the mistake of trying to attack Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris once strangled someone with a cordless phone. Chuck Norris doing the nunchucks. Chuck Norris goes swimming right after eating, and the water gets cramps. We're gonna need a bigger boat. Chuck Norris doesn't need a boat. Chuck Norris flipped a coin once. It landed here. When the Artemis II gets to the moon, Chuck Norris doesn't wear camouflage. Enemies just can't see him. Chuck Norris doesn't need jokes. His facts sound fake already. Chuck Norris doesn't fry chicken. He stares at it until it cooks itself. Chuck Norris doesn't hunt tigers. He adopts them. Chuck Norris doesn't complain about rising fuel prices. Fuel prices lower themselves when they see him coming. The chief export of Chuck Norris is pain. Mount Rushmore, now featuring Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris doesn't watch ads. Ads skip themselves. When Gotham City needed the job done right, they called Chuck Norris. I don't need bear spray. I carry Chuck Norris spray. Gillette uses a strand of Chuck Norris's beard to sharpen their razor blades. Notice, Chuck Norris never wore a watch. Chuck decided what time it was. Chuck Norris says it's time for you to like this video if you haven't already. And if you aren't a subscriber, do that as well. Chuck Norris once visited a haunted house, and the ghost called an exorcist to cast him out. The reason why it took the US so long to find Osama bin Laden was because Chuck Norris was hard at work killing all of his stunt doubles, so that'd make it easier for the intelligence to find him. After arriving in heaven, Chuck Norris called his wife to let her know he had arrived safely and would call her back after he finished unpacking. Chuck Norris hauled every piece of US Army equipment for the Army's 250th birthday in less than 24 hours, beating Burt Reynolds and Jerry Reed's record for hauling 400 cases of Coors Light in 28 hours and back to Atlanta from Texas. When Chuck Norris walked into a bar, the bouncer checked his own ID. I don't know who you are, but I will find you, and I will kill you. You're right, you don't know who this is. Every week, Chuck Norris donated 30 gallons of blood to the Red Cross. None of it was his. Chuck Norris visiting a sandcastle he built as a child. Chuck Norris was here. He chose scissors. Whoa! I didn't think you could die. Chuck Norris is watching from heaven to make sure you're still laughing at and sharing Chuck Norris jokes. Chuck Norris playing Battleship. That's scary. Chuck Norris once ate Taco Bell for lunch and did not get diarrhea. Chuck went into posh upper market steakhouse. He ordered their big steak. The waiter said, "How would you like your steak done?" Chuck replied, "Cut its horns off and wipe its ass." The ultimate showdown in heaven. I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. I have had lots of time to practice awaiting for your arrival. Chuck Norris vs. Bruce Lee. Legends never die. Did you know that when the Hulk gets angry, he turns into Chuck Norris? When ChatGPT gets stuck, it asks Chuck Norris for help. Chuck Norris cuts his right hand nails with his right hand. I will kill everyone who has the same name as me. Nice to meet you, I'm Chuck. Nice to meet you. My name is Justin Bieber. Chuck Norris once went to an AC/DC concert and got struck by lightning when they played Thunderstruck. Only Chuck Norris can take a selfie with an old Nokia 3310. When Chuck Norris was born, he drove his mom home from the hospital. Chuck Norris never had to turn the shower on. He just stared at it until it cried. Chuck Norris is so tough, there's no chin under his beard. There's just another fist. One time, Chuck Norris went skydiving, but his parachute failed to open, so he returned it the next day for a refund. Chuck Norris recently took a CPR class and actually brought the dummy back to life. Chuck Norris has already been to Mars. That's why there's no signs of life. If Chuck Norris couldn't survive 2026, the rest of us don't stand a chance. Chuck Norris sneezed in this building. This woman makes Chuck Norris's sandwiches. Chuck Norris lost his virginity before his dad did. Now I'm ready to go with you. The Grim Reaper just checked into the ICU after picking up Chuck Norris today. Chuck Norris once won an underwater breathing competition. His opponent was a fish. When Chuck Norris steps on a Lego, Chuck Norris can divide by 0. Chuck Norris was once so hungry he could eat a horse, and he did. Chuck Norris once hit a ball so hard it applied for citizenship in another country. Heaven just got an ultimate security upgrade. Death once had a near Chuck Norris experience. When the Grim Reaper comes for Chuck Norris, he knocks first. Did you know Chuck Norris dug a hole with a spoon? Today, that hole is known as the Grand Canyon. Chuck Norris didn't die. He killed the Grim Reaper and took his job. Iranian mullahs informed that less than 24 hours after the passing of Chuck Norris, there are no more virgins in heaven. Breaking, Bigfoot spotted for the first time in decades. He was hiding from Chuck Norris. If it bleeds, we can kill it. Sir, we just received intel the target is Chuck Norris. Get to the chopper! Batman shines the Chuck signal when he needs real help. You can't find Bigfoot because he owes Chuck Norris money. Chuck Norris can put a USB flash drive into a computer the correct way every time. Chuck Norris can parallel park a freight train. Chuck Norris admitted to using stunt doubles in movies, but only for the crying parts. The IRS once tried to audit Chuck Norris. Now they file reports to him. When you're fighting a lion in the river and both of you see Chuck Norris. Once Chuck Norris entered the guy's apartment, Sheldon got up and offered him his spot. Chuck Norris chose scissors, Chuck Norris chose rock, Chuck Norris chose paper. Chuck Norris can outlast the Energizer Bunny. When Chuck Norris has a fight with his wife, she sleeps on the couch. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. And if you aren't subscribed, do that too. Down in the comments, leave your favorite Chuck Norris joke, and it'll get added to the top 5 fan favorite Chuck Norris video that'll be coming out later.